Good afternoon, FBC Centralia. Here comes the news. I was out playing catch with my son the other day, this past week, one day, and as my oldest threw the ball to me in my direction, I couldn't help but wonder, why was the ball getting bigger? And then it hit me. This goes to show you that when life gives you lemon, you should make lemonade. Then find someone whose life has given them sweet tea and have an Arnold Palmer. I'm sorry. I told these jokes on an elevator this past week, and it was bad on so many levels. We're excited that you're here with us, joining us for the Monday update, the weekly update. I am Keith Jones. I'm the associate pastor here at First Baptist Centralia, and I'd just like to take a minute to introduce our times and invite you to our times, our online times, that you can join us. We know that the state's opening up. We know that churches are starting to meet here and there, but maybe your church is taking it a little slower. We're actually taking it. We're actually taking a slow progress into opening up. We don't want to jump into things real quick, so we're taking a slower progress and process. So maybe your church is doing that. Maybe they don't have the technology to live stream. That's okay. We're inviting you to join us for our online times until your church can meet again. So if you want to join us, or if you're part of our church family and aren't feeling comfortable getting out yet, these are the online times that you can be online, either on our YouTube page or our Facebook page, and be online to catch services throughout the week at First Baptist Centralia. First of all, of course, every Sunday morning we have drive-in worship at 10:15. Drive-in worship is here in front of the church. We go out on the front porch. We broadcast our signal through the FM transmitter to your radio. If you can join us for drive-in church, come on out and be a part of that. If you can't, then we will be streaming that service on our YouTube pages and our Facebook page. If you're looking for information, what's coming up, whether it's for student ministry or whether it's for the church, you can join me here every Monday at 3 o'clock for the weekly update. This is where I go through and I tell terrible jokes. I find stories that make absolutely no sense. And when I can't find stories that make no sense, I make them up myself. But I also give out a lot of information. What's coming up? What can we expect? Information for students. If the church needs to have something introduced or announced, we can do that as well. So you can join me every Monday at 3 o'clock for the weekly update. If you're looking for a midweek service, if you are missing your Wednesday nights, whether you're a child, whether you're a youth, or whether you're an adult, and you would like to be a part of a Wednesday night midweek service, please join me on our YouTube channel for Wednesday Night Live, Wednesdays at 6:15. This may be geared toward our students, but it is a service open for everybody who is looking for a service, a midweek service, to dive into God's Word. You're more than welcome to join us every Wednesday night on our YouTube channel at 6:15 for Wednesday Night Live. And of course, we pre-record our children's message. We try to get that pre-recorded message out around Fridays at 6 o'clock. If you will check our Facebook page, we will be letting you know and trying to give you as a heads up, as much of a heads up as we can. I can talk, I promise. As much of a heads up as we can. But that children's message is going to typically be uploaded to the internet around 6 o'clock on Fridays. We are excited that we have been able to do drive-in church, but we are always looking forward to the chance to once again meet together in the building. While we are excited for this opportunity that we have had, this blessing that we've had to be able to gather at least in our cars, and we're excited about what drive-in church has done for us, there is an enemy, an unseen enemy, that we need to discuss. And that enemy is known as DCBS, or also known as dead car battery syndrome. This silent enemy creeps up when you least expect it. A recent victim of this nefarious condition spoke to us on the condition of anonymity, describing it as coming out of nowhere. She continued, "I was listening to Pastor Chris through the radio, and then all of a sudden, when it was time to leave, the car would no longer start. It's almost like it slipped in under the hood and drained my battery dry without being detected. So we are hoping to see a decline in DCBS over the coming weeks as we are able to move back into the building, and so that people will not suffer from dead car battery syndrome. But until then, please be on the lookout for dead car battery syndrome and make sure that you're not allowing your car battery to be drained. We are excited about Wednesday Night Live. We're always excited when we get to meet together and talk talk about God's Word together. This Wednesday night, 6:15 on our Facebook and YouTube channels. We will be gathering for Wednesday Night Live again. It doesn't matter if you're a children, youth, or an adult. If you're looking for a midweek service, come join us for Wednesday Night Live. This week, we're going to be looking at how Christ not only set us free on the cross, but we also find a guide to that freedom and for that freedom in God's Word. We're going to be looking at how God's Word sets us free. And by diving in and studying God's Word and making His Word a priority in our lives, He can set us free from a lot of the lies and prisons that take us down. That take us down. The song for this week that we're going to be looking at, and if you're unfamiliar with our format, we have our Bible studies that are not only engaged in God's Word, but we also add a musical part to this. We're looking at a very famous Christian artist. He has a unique sound, sort of a country folk combination sound, but he uses different types of sounds. Unique sound by the name of Crowder. If you're unfamiliar with Crowder, you should check him out on YouTube, on his Vimeo page, because Crowder has some wonderful songs. And this week, we're going to be looking at Crowder's song, The Red Letters. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that phrase, a lot of you have Bibles that in the New Testament especially, in the Gospels especially, you will see that different phrases are in red letters. That signifies what people believe to be the words of Christ. There is some debate there, and there's some nuance there, but the red letters typically infer that these are what Christ was saying to the people at the time. So come join us Wednesday night for Red Letters by Crowder as we dive into God's Word and see how God's Word sets us free. I mentioned that drive-in church is happening every Sunday night. This past weekend, we were excited to gather with Bethlehem Baptist. Pastor Scotty delivered a great message on unity, and we were excited to have him and his congregation here. This week, weather permitting, we invite you all to bring out your chairs, your lawn chairs, your folding chairs, your camp chairs. Bring out all the chairs you can if you want to, and come out and sit outside of your car. You can still listen through your car radio, or if you're close enough to the porch, you'll be able to hear some amplification. But we invite you to come on out as we get to gather a little closer, maybe not as close as we want to the real thing or what we're used to, but we get to gather a little more together than we have been. Restroom facilities will be available to anybody who needs to use the church for restrooms. Please adhere to the guidance of our security team as they seek to maintain adequate social distancing during this time. If you can't join us, of course, for drive-in, the services will be on YouTube and on Facebook. But we look forward to having you with us on Sunday for our drive-in church. We're looking forward to being with you. We're looking forward to seeing people instead of just looking at cars. So excited about drive-in church coming this Sunday. This week, we're having another weekly challenge. This past week, I counted every single one of them, 0 submissions. Let that sink in. And then go think about what you just did. 0 submissions. So we're gonna put out this challenge again this week. We're going to issue the same challenge that we issued last week. This week's challenge, I'll be giving away 1 gift card to a student, Jenny Bodine, to a student. But I'll be giving away a gift card to a student. The winner will get to choose from whatever they want as far as a gift card. And here are the rules for this week's challenge. This is just a note challenge. I want to see what you're learning from these Wednesday night lives. So I want you to take notes on on the message, take notes on the Bible study, and then I want you to take a picture of it, and I want you to send it to me. Now, here's the kicker. Don't miss this. If you want to be eligible for the gift card, you must send it between 7:30 and 7:45. You have a 15-minute window to get this in. That's the kicker. That's the tricky part. If it's before 7:30, if it's after 7:45, it does not count. So here are the contest rules. Between 7:30 and 7:45, send me a picture of the notes that you took on Wednesday Night Live to be eligible for that drawing. Sunday Summer Nights. Don't forget, we will be kicking off our Sunday Summer Nights this year with Sunday Summer Nights on May 24th. I believe it was the 24th. Yes, 24th. During Sunday Summer Nights, we'll be having themes for every meeting. Students will be encouraged to dress for the theme. We will have food and games centered around each theme. And we will end each night with a devotion. Prizes will be given away for the person voted best dressed and for the winners of the games that we take part in. So that is Sunday Summer Nights coming up starting in May 24th. As of right now, starting in May 24th, and locations may vary. We may be meeting all over the place during these Sunday Summer Nights. Some of you have been asking about the themes that are coming up. We know that the first theme is Luau Night, so we have that coming up, but some of the other themes that you can be looking forward to. You can be looking forward to Sports Night. You can be looking forward to Star Wars Night, Fiesta Night, America Night, The Breakfast Club Night, Superhero Night, Decades Night, Luau Night, and many, many more. These are just a few of the nights that we have coming up for Sunday Summer Nights as we get prepared to be together and meet together during our summer months. You can join the conversation with us on social media by liking and following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find us at FBC Crew Students. We invite you to be a part of that. We realize that you're on Snapchat and TikTok, and those are the other things that you engage with your friends on. But hey, for this old guy, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the student ministry page. This is a good place for you to come, find your information, get the information out, see our services. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, but you can see our services. You can find information out about what's going on. Then you can go back over to Snapchat and TikTok with your friends. But you can like us and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at FBC Students on the social media page, and then liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Also, if you would like to engage with me, I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find me at RevBroCoach. Or if you need to email me, you can email me at keith@centraliafbc.org. That is keith@centraliafbc.org. We would love to, I would love to connect with you, hang out with you, talk to you. If you need somebody to talk to, please don't hesitate to call me or to contact me through there. Now, before we go, we want to offer another episode of Deep Thoughts with Pastor Keith. As you go through these deep thoughts, I want you to understand that I want to be thought-provoking. I want you to really wrap your mind around what's going on. An English teacher once told me during a lesson of rhyming words that nothing rhymes with orange. Which I replied, no, it doesn't. This has been Deep Thoughts with Pastor Keith. That's all the time we have for this week. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you to log in for Wednesday Night Live this coming Wednesday at 6:15 on either Facebook Live or on our YouTube channel. Until then, this is Keith Jones, and that's news to me.